What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot laddering. So, as we're playing this week, we're on with some more of this Assault Vest Celesteela set from Karibo. Next to, of course, Lightning Rod Raichu, so we can actually have a little bit of protection. Raichu is really great here because, of course, we're pairing it with Celesteela and Moltres. So we can draw in all those electric type attacks from the ever-dominant Regieleki. Of course, we also have Garchomp here, so we have an actual immunity as well. Then Ninetales and Ensign, just to round out the team. Ninetales is really great because Celesteela is already naturally bulky. Why not add a little more to it? And, Moltres obviously likes the extra bulk as well, so it can potentially set up a nasty plot, take a hit for its weakness policy, trigger Berserk, and then suddenly it's at +5 all in one turn. So, hopefully we can pull off something today and get a couple decent games in. See what we can do here on the ranked ladder. Hasn't been a great season for me so far, but it's still early. Well, we're doing okay, but we got plenty of time to get up to Master Ball, so I can get all those fancy rewards. That's really what it's all about. End of the day, it's all about those rewards. So, like I preach on our Discord all the time. Ranking isn't everything, but as long as you're learning something from the games, it's all that matters. Interesting. Really, really unique team. So I have Whimsicott, Klinkling, Ice-Cube, Toxtricity, Dedenne, and Manectric. I believe Manectric gets Lightning Rod. So, there. Celesteela looks really poor on paper with them having 3 electric types, right? But what does look appealing is the fact that they also have, this poison typing for Toxtricity. Klinkling, we take hits from all day. Ice-Cube, we probably don't really care about. What if we just... Obviously, if we bring Celesteela, we want to bring Raichu. So what if we do, Ninetales plus Ensign on the lead here? With... I really... Garchomp is a must-bring. What if we do, Ensign Garchomp with Celesteela Raichu in the back? I mean, we could also just do Ninetales Raichu, which I actually like a lot, and just leave the 2 birds at home. This gives us 2 Mons who are completely immune to half their team. Garchomp eats them alive. So this might just be one of those games where we go big with Garchomp here on turn 1 and never look back. But appropriately, they do have a Garchomp answer in the form of Ice-Cube. So, that is something we need to watch out for. Alright, so we're going to get this Intimidate off with Ensign. What do we like here? We could go for a free Swords Dance. And go for a Fake Out into the Whimsicott. Could also just Rock Slide plus Fake Out. Could go into Ninetales. Could also just max and go for Quake into the... I think Quake is pretty obvious here. I like the idea of Swords Dance plus Fake Out, though. Protect on Whimsicott is pretty unlikely. Could be Snarl. And there's a Snarl. Not really going to do too much here. We can get that special attack drop on both of our Mons, but it really does not matter. And it's actually Life Orb Manectric. We're going to reveal our White Herb, which doesn't really do anything for us. It's not like we got a speed drop or anything else here. Now I think we just Rock Slide And I want to taunt this Whimsicott slot. Probably going to see a Tailwind this turn. But, like, they're not threatening Garchomp here. Like, at all. With this Manectric, so... Yeah, there's a Protect from Manectric. Pretty okay with that. There's the Memento. You know, that just lowers it by 2 stages, right? So, like, it just negates our... And there's Dedenne. Yeah, so it just brings us back to neutral. So what if now... I'm going to protect Garchomp this turn. And bring in Raichu here. This is going to let us get a Fake Out off into the Dedenne this next turn. Is this big Dedenne? And they're going to go for Starfall into my Garchomp? Holy cow, we got a good one today, guys. We got a spicy one here. There's the Thunder, gonna give us a Lightning Rod boost. And there is the Max Starfall. Which, all things considered, that does do more than I am really wanting it to, but... Does Manectric get Lightning Rod? These are questions I need answered. Yeah, Manectric does get it, so I can't even Eerie Impulse into this thing. But I can go into Incineroar. Man, I can't do anything here. I cannot do anything, so I think this is just... I mean, we can just Fake Out into the Manectric here. Like, at this point, I just want to try to stall out their Dynamax. I'm assuming this is just going to be another Starfall into my Garchomp slot. Also could be minus in their plus next to... let's see. Yeah, Ensign's going to take a good chunk there. Yeah, this is minus and plus because Clang gets it. Toxtricity gets it. Manectric gets minus. Oh, not pluck. I want plus. Dedenne gets plus. Toxtricity gets plus. Okay. Yeah, we have figured it out. We have officially figured it out. I'm going to go for the Eerie Impulse. There's no way they're Lightning Rod when they have 3 electric types on their team, right? Okay, they are not. Sweet. They're going to Starfall into Raichu, which is going to put us in Citrus Berry range. But ultimately, end of the day, we got through that pretty unscathed. Dedenne is base 101 speed. Garchomp is 102? Yeah, so Garchomp is actually faster than it. So really what I need to do, I'm going to Parting Shot the Manectric. I'm going to Volt Switch off the Dedenne here. And I just want to get Garchomp out into a decent position here while breaking the Sash on this Dedenne. Presuming that it's Sash. Like, we know that Manectric is Life Orb. So I think this slot I'm going to bring in Ninetales, because regardless of what they do, Ninetales can't faint because we have Focus Sash. So, like, Ninetales is safe. They're going to Snarl, break my Sash, do approximately nothing to Incineroar. Gonna heal up thanks to our Aguave Berry. And there's the old Razzle Dazzle. We get the Parting Shot off into the Manectric. So now it's at -1 special attack as well. Are we max speed Garchomp? Not quite. I think it's going to be good enough, though. Like, at this point, we just need it to be. Ninetales is 109, so we should be faster than everything here. What is Manectric's base speed? We'll quick into the Dedenne. We'll go for Aurora Veil, get that set up. Manectric is faster than Dedenne. They're 105 on Manectric. I actually did not know that. So, like, this is a really interesting case where things line up really interestingly. Like, all these minor speed differences can really make a huge difference here. We're going to get the Aurora Veil. There's no Protect from their team. They're going to Overheat. Which is going to be enough to take Ninetales out, which I'm kind of fine with because now they're at -3. And they're not going to be able to switch Manectric out because Dedenne is going to go down this turn. Okay. So now they're at -3 on this Manectric. So I really don't need to worry about this thing at all. Misty Terrain disappears. I don't really care about that when it comes to Garchomp. I'll bring out Ensign so we can potentially get off another Intimidate onto whatever they bring out. Unfortunately, we don't because we fainted first and we were the faster Mon when we fainted. Oh, actually, they come in at the same time. Interesting. I actually did not know that's how this worked. Sweet. I'm going to Quake into Manectric. We'll go for a Fake Out into Toxtricity. I have a feeling one of them is going to protect this turn. Neither of them protect. Gonna go for another Snarl. Does approximately 0 damage now. Behind the +1, the screens, them at -3. So honestly, I could have ignored the Manectric this turn, and it would not have mattered. Nice crit. Definitely mattered. I'm gonna get both of our Mons here to +1. Gonna get the Garchomp to +2. So what does Ice Cube do on their team? That's the one I'm really questioning. And then we'll just double in here. I'm sure the Quake would KO even through a Protect. I guess they are 4 times weak, but so we saw Memento, Whimsicott, Life Orb, Manectric. I want to see our opponent's team. Alright, fine. Keep your secrets. Keep your secrets. Max Dedenne, like, that battle was a roller coaster of emotions. Roller coaster of emotions from start to finish. Alright. What do we got here? What do we got here for our next battle? Kingler! Ooh! I love me a good Kingler. The question is this a good Kingler? And honestly, by the fact that they have Tailwind plus Electro Web here, plus the speed control from Kingler, it seems actually really sick. I'm kind of on board for what they're doing. I'm kind of on board here. Obviously, Goodra's kind of scary if we want to do Garchomp things, which I think Garchomp lines up really well against everything else. Obviously, the Spectre's kind of a problem because they could have fast Will-O-Wisp. But I think our lead is going to be the same as last game, where we just do Garchomp Incin up front. We can go Protect plus Taunt the Spectre on the lead if that is what they have. And then we just put on a ton of pressure against Kartana with Incin. We can also just come in and intimidate this Kingler and prevent the damage coming out from it. I really like Ninetales because we can potentially get up screens as well. I think Eliki is a must bring from their side. Do we bring out Raichu? Actually, like, I think between the two birds, I think it's pretty likely that, like, they bring it. And as a result, I'm just going to leave the birds at home. Like, I think when opponent comes out to play with their electric types, we just say, no, I'm not doing that today. So it is Kartana Kingler on the lead. So we're going to get our Intimidate off, which is really good here. Really, really solid lead. Question is do they max? And if so, how do we beat it? I think we just ignore... I think they might Wide Guard with Kingler. Honestly, I'm just going to try to go for the double KO here. And just immediately max. They're going to withdraw Kartana. Goodra's going to come out. Really glad we're getting this special defense boost here. Alright. They're gonna max Kingler! Oh, sweet baby! This is the day of Dynamaxes. This is amazing. I love everything going on. So this is a -1 attack Kingler. They're probably gonna go for Foam Burst into Incin to try to pick up the KO. Holy cow, that does nothing. That didn't do anything. Oh no, guys. We have... Oh no. Ensign, no! I needed you! Well, luckily we do have our white herb, so we get rid of the foam burst. And I mean, I really want to bring out Raichu so I can just threaten this Kingler. But I think Ninetales is correct here because I want to try to get screens up before they become a nuisance. But I also want to deal with this Goodra. So I want to get another special defense boost. This time I'm going into the Goodra, and I'm going to Aurora Veil this turn. Because I think screens are really important in this game. I think screens are really, really important. How do I beat this Kartana that's in the back now? That's the real question here. They probably just go for another Foam Burst. Okay, that almost picks up the KO on the Goodra. Which is obviously very good for us. Goodra could have, like, Flamethrower here. It's just going to be another Foam Burst. And the Garchomp, who takes that extremely well. Especially behind screens. But they are going to have our speed. Which is obviously a big deal. And it's Life Orb Kingler. I actually missed that last turn. No poison? Cool. So Kingler is now the fastest thing, followed by Goodra. So a double up into Ninetales would probably KO at this turn. Do I switch to Raichu in anticipation? I think the answer is no. I think we stay in. I'm just going to Quake the Goodra. No. I'm going to Quake the Kingler. And we'll go for a Blizzard and try to freeze the Kingler, I guess. This also will probably pick up the KO on Goodra, pending that we get to attack. Obviously, them messing with our speed is going to be an issue here. It is going to be a problem. I'm not going to lie to you all. There's a Draco, but we take that. So Blizzard should take out Goodra. It does. Freeze? No freeze. Okay. Goodra goes down. We Quake the Kingler. Which also goes down. Okay. So, like, we're not in a bad position. We really aren't. The problem is like, now we kind of have to pivot appropriately to be able to get in the right Mons at the right time. Because, like, this Kartana is going to be a problem because it definitely outspeeds us. 1,000% outspeeds us. Our speed's at a quarter of what it was, you know? Right? Is that right? It goes to 2/4, so it's 2/6, so not quite half. It's a third. I mean, not quite a quarter, it's a third. I'm gonna Earthquake. Do I think I can win if I let one of my Mons go down? Can Raichu win this endgame by itself? If they get the double KO this turn, how do we win? I think Kartana goes for a Smart Strike into my Ninetales. Yeah, I think it's correct to protect. The real reason I wanted to ask was, like, what happens if we Earthquake and we KO our own Ninetales? They're actually just going to Leaf Blade into Garchomp. Really, really smart read from our opponent. The question is, does Eliki have anything that can hit Raichu? Or does Raichu just win if we take out Kartana? We'll go for the Fake Out into Kartana. And we'll go for... I think Blizzard's correct because we do still have Hail up. And we can potentially get the freeze. Okay, that's not a move that hurts Raichu. So now Ninetales is at -5. Freeze? Nope. Okay. So what's good about this is now Raichu's at +1. So Volt Switch probably takes out Kartana now. The problem is they definitely target down Raichu. And they have Hyper Beam. That's so unfortunate. Please live. Raichu, you're a monster. Ooh, okay. Okay. Alright, Hail is over. But Eliki has to recharge this turn. So this should be GG. We can go for the Volt Switch. We can go for the Moon Blast. And that should be GG. Raichu coming in clutch. Outspeeding the Kartana, getting to pick up the KO. Dude, that game was insane too. Just, I never expected Kingler to max in front of us at -1 attack. I would love to look at this team. And like they are physical. Holy cow. Like, I mean, obviously they're going to be physical. Kingler's special attack is pretty bad. Liquidation gets boosted. Knockoff does not. High horsepower does not. So, like, they're not really utilizing sheer force to the, like, best of their abilities. But, you know. Sash Talonflame. Not really surprised by anything here. It was Magnet Eliki. Yeah, outside of Hyper Beam, they could not touch Raichu, which, again, I'm not surprised by. I'm definitely not surprised to hear that. Sap Sipper. Weakness Policy Gudra. So I guess they anticipated the Wormwind into that slot and were trying to just get the boost off here. Noticeably, it's Rain Dance... Sap Sipper. Really interesting. Like, so this is just Sap Sipper to protect Kingler. Sweet. Safety goggles. Yep. Not surprised by that. And then, of course, Assault Vest Kartana. Man, super sweet teams today. Fantastic teams. Like, I cannot stress this enough. This has been a beautiful episode so far. Alright, nothing too spicy here. We got the Garchomp Mirror. They have Clef, Metagross, Rotom, Gastrodon, Garchomp, and Feeny here. Do we like the Chomp? Do we like Chomp here? It lines up well against Metagross. And we have Rock Slide for Rotom. Like, obviously we can't hit their Garchomp for super effective. Clefairy's really annoying because we can't really deal with it. How do they beat Celesteela? Exactly Rotom? They could have, like, Fire or Thunder Punch on Metagross if they were Assault Vest. This is probably Bulldoze on Garchomp and Policy on Metagross. What if we do like Moltres, Ensign, Celesteela, Raichu? I think I like this a lot. I don't anticipate them bringing Gastrodon. Like the other 5 are all really good here, I think. I could see any combination of those 5. The lead I'm anticipating is Metagross and Garchomp here. Which, if that's the case, I feel pretty okay. It's going to be Rotom Metagross. I'm pretty okay with that, too. Got Moltres, Ensign on the lead. Alright. So their big brain, they read the Fake Out into Rotom and instead max it and go for Lightning into Moltres. So I think we big brain them, set up the nasty plot here, and switch into Raichu immediately. And they probably go for Rock Slide here with the Metagross, or Rock Fall, or some combination of that. Could also just Quake into the Ensign slot if it is Metagross maxing here. It is Metagross maxing. The question is what are they going for? And do they nasty plot with their Rotom? No Protect from the Rotom. That's just going to Volt Switch, which Raichu's going to eat up. Going to eat it up like some Reese's Puffs. And there's the Rock Fall. This should not KO us. But it does trigger our Berserk and our Policy. Moltres to +5, baby. Let's go. Alright, Metagross. Do you have Protect? This is the most obvious max of my life. The question is what do they do about it? If they max guard Metagross and switch Rotom into who? Clefairy, maybe? I'm gonna Airstream. No, I'm gonna Darkness. I didn't get to move in, so we should be nuzzling. We should be nuzzling the Metagross, which is really unfortunate. Hi, how you doing? Sure. I'm pretty okay with that. If we get the para here, it is so good for us. Rotom's, go away. Go away. If we get the para this turn, we are in such a good position. We don't. Question is, do we live this? We do. Problem is we don't live another one. Obviously, had we gone for the Fake Out into the Rotom slot, we were set up because then Metagross goes down. Them not protecting there tells me that they were really reliant on the Rockfall, or on the Ally Switch to be able to pick up the KO. I think now that they don't have it, it's going to be a different game. We could max guard this turn and go for Volt Switch off of Clef, bring in Ensign so we can fake out the Clef next turn, so then we can pick up the KO on Metagross. Because I think this is a super obvious follow me from Clefairy. And I think they're very reliant on picking up the KO on the Moltres. That max guarding this turn is super smart. Because now we go into Ensign. So we can fake out and pick up the KO on the Metagross's next turn. And they actually identify the Protect this turn. Go for the Quake into Ensign. Good read, good read. It's actually going to put us just in range of our berry. Cool. So another thing we could do here is we could Airstream plus Flare Blitz. That would give us a speed boost on Ensign. But I don't think that Flare Blitz into Metagross would be enough to pick up the KO. So I think the play that I'm making here is the safest play this turn. I'm ready for Ally Switch Metagross plus Moonblast my Moltres. I am ready. My body is ready for that play. Okay. They actually weren't going for Follow Me, so that tells me they were trying to pick up the KO. Drop the special defense on the Clef. Moltres down to 26. Do they have anything on their team that can outspeed Moltres? Not off the top of my head. I know they have Feeny. They have Gastrodon. Okay, it is Feeny as their last. There's the Misty Terrain. I wonder if Feeny can actually live a Fiery Wrath. I'm sure Clef can't. And we still have Celesteela in the back, too. I think Fiery Wrath is correct. I think it picks up the KO here. I'm actually going to Parting Shot off the Feeny. Sure, Follow Me, no big deal. Okay, no Scarf or something weird on the Feeny. We actually don't pick up the KO on the Clef. And they have Haze. That's kind of unfortunate. Because now we Parting Shotted into a Clefairy here. And our Moltres is no longer at +5. But we can go into Raichu. Sandstorm is over now, so Moltres gets to hang on another day. And there are leftovers Feeny. So I'm going to Air Slash the Clef. I can't Nuzzle. It's not going to do anything, so I'm just going to Eerie Impulse into... They could Follow Me. I think that's actually correct. So what if... Yeah, we just go for Air Slash, and we go for the Fake Out into Clef. I think the correct play is Air Slash into the Feeny then. because that means that we could potentially flinch the Feeny this turn. And I was worried that Fake Out would not be enough to pick up the KO on Clef there. Flinch? Okay, they Moonblast down my Moltres. But, I mean, it did work. It picked up 2 KOs this turn. It lived a ton of hits. It did everything Moltres needed to today, so... And now, I get to bring out Celesteela. And I don't know how they beat Assault Vest Celesteela here. Especially next to Raichu, who can make them very, very sad. Because I can Eerie Impulse so they can't actually deal damage. They could Haze next turn to get rid of this, but they're not going to Haze this turn. It's like, I can just spam this for the rest of eternity. And we win, so... And now a Volt Switch plus Flash Cannon should pick up the KO. I wasn't sure if a Volt Switch would have picked up the KO this last turn. So I would rather just have a little bit of extra longevity in playing this game if we need it to, than to sit here and... Like, the fact that we are able to completely shut this Feeny down by saying, alright, you're at -2, I can continue to go lower. My Celesteela is Assault Vest, so it's not going to take any damage from your attacks. It's just absolutely phenomenal. That end game could not have played out any better for us. That game could not have played out any better for us. The fact that Metagross was not able to pick up the KO on Moltres, just phenomenal matchup for us today, and definitely a good day for us. So make sure you grab this rental team while it's still up, everyone. Thank you to Karibo for sending this in. Dude, this team is sweet. This team is so fun. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm glad we got to show off a couple different modes of the team today with the Moltres game with that last game, Garchomp going big the first couple games today. So that's going to do it, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking around. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later in the week with some more Littleroot laddering. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.